I help people untangle their lives for a living. Patterns, behavior, truth. I don't do chaos. I don't do impulsive decisions. And I definitely don't pick up bleeding strangers on the side of the road. So naturally, that's exactly what I did.
They say some bonds are chosen and some are forced. Zuria didn't believe in either until the night a stranger bit her and marked her as his. He disappeared before she could even ask his name, and that should have been the end of it.
I'm chosen, not claimed. I stand willing, unafraid. If I give you my power, it's because my heart stays.
No crown owns my breath. No bond steals my name. In the dark and the fire, I am chosen, not claimed.
Darkness. Not quiet, but heavy. Wind moves through towering trees like something breathing. Some men run from danger, some run toward it, and some run because stopping means remembering. Alpha Bareon in wolf form tears through the trees. His paws slam into wet earth, roots snapping beneath him. Branches whip past. The forest blurs.
No! Not again.
His stride falters. Just slightly, he corrects. Bareon pushes harder, faster. The body remembers what the mind tries to bury, and grief does not tire. The trees begin to thin. Bareon doesn't slow. His eyes flare gold, too bright, too unstable.
Keep moving.
Bareon bursts from the tree line, straight onto a dark, narrow road. Headlights, blinding, too close. Tires screech, but not enough. A glancing hit. The vehicle clips him at high speed, metal against muscle, a violent sideways force. He is thrown. He hits the ground hard, slides, mud, stone, silence follows. The car doesn't stop. It disappears into the darkness. Bareon lies still. Then the shift completes. His wolf form collapses inward, bones shifting, fur receding, breath returning in broken human rhythm. Now he is a man, barely conscious, barely holding on.
Get up.
He doesn't.
No.
His hand claws weakly at the dirt, trying to move, trying to rise. He fails. For the first time in a long time, he had nowhere left to run. His breathing slows. Darkness creeps in.
Don't.
The light washes over him. And that was where her story collided with his. Zuria grips the steering wheel, breathing hard. She is elegant even in frustration. Sharp eyes, strong posture. There's a steadiness to her, a refusal to panic. She peers through the rain-streaked windshield. A figure lies crumpled near the tree line.
Oh, absolutely not.
Zuria did not believe in fate. She believed in instincts, in patterns, in truth. And every instinct she had told her to lock the doors, back up slowly, and leave the bleeding stranger in the storm to whatever terrible decisions had put him there.
I'm going to regret this.
She grabs a flashlight and steps into the rain. Zuria approaches carefully. The man on the ground is massive, broad-shouldered, bloodied, unconscious, and naked. His side soaked in blood, one hand buried in the mud, as if even half-conscious he'd been fighting the earth itself. Zuria kneels near him, but keeps distance.
If you turn out to be a pervert and lunge at me, just know I'm very willing to hit an injured man.
No response. She reaches toward his shoulder, then pauses. A small hesitation. Touch changes everything for her. It always has. She places her hand against him. A violent flash. The vision was fragmented, then nothing. A black wall slams shut. Zuria jerks, gasping.
What?
Bareon's eyes snap open. Gold. Feral. Disoriented. He surges up on instinct. Not fully man, not fully beast. The storm seems to pulse with him. He speaks, hoarse, panicked.
Don't.
His gaze falls to her throat. His breathing roughens. He grabs her wrist. Another surge. Another pain. His wolf surges forward. Hard. Fast. Mind. Instinct overrides control. He bites her neck. Zuria cries out. A pulse of dark gold energy flares between them. Bareon freezes the instant it happens. Horror crashes across his face.
No!
He releases her like he's been burned. She clutches her neck, furious and stunned.
Did you just bite me?
Bareon tries to stand, fails, then stumbles backward into the dark.
Hey!
He vanishes into the trees. The forest goes still, except for the rain. Zuria remains kneeling in the mud, hand pressed to her neck, eyes blazing. That was the moment it should have ended. One storm, one stranger, one impossible, unforgivable mistake. But some marks do not fade, and some men do not disappear nearly as well as they think they do. Sunlight floods a beautiful modern apartment. Polished wood, books, carefully chosen art, order. Zuria stands before a mirror, studying the mark on her neck. 2 faint crescent arcs. She touches it. The mark pulses warm. Not painful, not exactly, just there. A low, persistent awareness beneath her skin, like something waiting.
You have a lot of nerve.
She recalls flashes of rain, hands, eyes, bite. Enough memory to know it happened, not enough to explain it. She exhales slowly, but her gaze drifts, just slightly, like she's trying to focus on something she can't quite see. Later that morning, her laptop is open to a client session. Zuria sits at the table, posture straight, voice steady, but something is off. Subtle, easy to miss. Her attention drifts half a second too long before responding. Her pen pauses mid-note. Her hand unconsciously brushes her neck again. She makes notes about the client, her professional tone shifting into personal frustration.
I don't know why I keep trying to control everything.
Zuria nods automatically, jotting something down, but her eyes unfocus briefly, like she's listening to something else, something not in the room. A faint pull, not directional, not clear, just awareness. She blinks it away, refocuses, professional again.
Like if I just get it right, everything will settle.
And how's that working for you?
In the kitchen, the coffee runs and toast burns because she forgets it. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number. She ignores it. But her eyes flick toward it longer than necessary. Another pulse at her neck. Warmer this time. Then gone. Then, a couple of texts come through. One from a friend. You disappeared after that trip. Are you okay? From her supervisor. Zuria, you've canceled 3 sessions. That's not like you. And a client message. Are we still meeting today? Her jaw tightens slightly. Not overwhelmed, just irritated at herself. She opens her laptop, searches. Animal bite marks. Human bite wounds, strange heat. Unexplained mark after traumatic event. Why does my skin react when someone who bit me vanishes into a forest like a criminal? Nothing useful. Zuria had always trusted 3 things: her mind, her gift, and the certainty that if something touched her life, she could understand it. This was the first mystery that had touched her back. Her phone buzzes again. This time, a name she did not know appears. Sarah. Curious, Zuria answers.
Is this Zuria?
That depends on who you are.
Sarah, calm, careful, worn down by old responsibility, stands in a rustic apothecary-like space.
You don't know me.
That's rarely a reassuring opening.
You were on Black Hollow Road 3 nights ago.
Zuria stills.
Who is this?
Someone who knows the man you found.
Wonderful. So the biter has representatives.
He shouldn't have touched you.
You are correct. Keep going.
If you want answers, you need to come here.
And where exactly is here?
North Territory. Baron's lands.
The name lands strangely. A tug at the mark.
Baron?
Yes.
The mark warms.
And if I don't come?
Then the bond will keep waking. And if he keeps declining the way he has been, it won't stay quiet.
Zuria's expression sharpens.
I'm sorry, the what?
Sarah closes her eyes briefly.
Come get your answers. Then decide how angry you want to be.
How generous.
She hangs up. Zuria lowers the phone slowly. She looks at the mark again.
All right, Baron. You bit me. You vanished. And now your people are speaking in riddles.
She grabs her keys.
I'm coming to get my explanation, and heaven help all of you if I don't like what I hear.
Zuria drives north. She had a life that ran on precision, a job that she loved, people who relied on her ability to see what others missed. And now she was chasing a man who had bitten her and vanished into a forest like a character in a Marvel movie. She helped people untangle their lives. Now hers was being pulled into something she couldn't diagnose. The trees thicken. The roads narrow to 2 lanes. The city transitions into cliffs, mist, and forest. The further she drove, the stronger the pull. The mark pulsed more frequently, and a rightness began to settle over her. Quiet, uninvited, and deeply irritating. Like the land knew something she did not. Massive iron gates stand open between stone pillars carved with worn symbols. A long road leads toward a sprawling estate in the distance. Zuria steps out of the car and looks up.
Subtle. Very normal. Not ominous at all.
She gets back in and drives through. A beautiful stone estate sits in the middle of the forest. Pack members, they go still when they see her. Multiple expressions cross their faces. Then their eyes drop to her neck, and something shifts across the crowd. Not all at once, in waves, like a held breath releasing and then catching again. Zuria sees all of it. The hope, the desperation, the fear that had clearly been living here a long time before she arrived. She slows her pace just slightly, takes it in. This was not the look of people meeting a guest. This was the look of people seeing a possibility they didn't dare name yet. And Zuria did not like that one bit. Not because it frightened her, but because she understood exactly what it meant. These people were exhausted. Whatever was happening to Bareon, it wasn't only happening to him. She filed that away and lifted her chin. The pack beta. Talon approaches, guarded but respectful.
Zuria?
You know my name?
We were told to expect you.
I would be flattered if I didn't hate that.
Sarah emerges behind him.
I'm Talon, and this is Sarah, the one you spoke with.
Thank you for coming.
I'm not here as a favor. Where is he?
Talon and Sarah exchange a look.
Inside. But before you go to him, you need to understand.
No. Actually, what I need is the man who thought my throat was public property. Then we can discuss context.
She brushes past them, and they're both too stunned to stop her. The hall is grand but dim. Beautiful architecture without warmth. People move softly, speak little. Zuria brushes fingers against a carved table as she passes. A vision flickers. Hands brace there in exhaustion. Arguments cut short. Waiting fear with no language. She pulls her hand back.
This place needs therapy.
She keeps moving. Behind her, quiet footsteps. 2 sets. She doesn't turn around. The mark pulses, strong, insistent, directing her toward him like a compass. Zuria follows it to a set of heavy doors. The footsteps behind her stay with her the whole way. She still doesn't turn.
You can follow me or you can wait downstairs. Either way, I'm opening that door.
Sarah and Talon exchange a look behind her back. Sarah gives a small nod. Talon doesn't look certain, but he doesn't move to stop her either. Zuria reaches the heavy doors. She doesn't knock. Bareon stands by a tall window. He looks controlled and composed, like the kind of man who is held together by discipline and sheer will. He turns when she enters. His gaze goes straight to her neck. The room tightens. The bond surges. The moment stretches. His wolf reacts, recognition, and something deeper, relief. Bareon shuts it down instantly, hard.
You shouldn't have come.
And yet here I am.
He had marked her. He remembered the moment clearly, the instinct and the uncontrollable pull. It shouldn't have happened.
Let's start simple. Why did you bite me?
His jaw tightens.
It was not intentional.
That is not the reassuring defense you think it is.
He says nothing. She steps closer and grabs his wrist.
The moment I touch his skin, I feel resistance. A solid, unyielding pressure, like pressing against a door with something massive on the other side. It pushes back, hard, and then goes unnaturally silent. I jerk slightly, my breath hitching. What?
The moment her hand closes around my wrist, something hits me. Not pain. Worse. Like a room I've sealed shut just opened. No. I know this feeling. I'd buried it under years of discipline, of distance, of making myself untouchable because untouchable meant safe. For everyone. Her grip doesn't waver. And my wolf, locked down and grieving for so long, stirs. Not aggressive, not hunting or trying to outrun memories, just aware. Like something that had stopped expecting anything just lifted its head. My fingers twitch. I should be pulling away. I have to get out of this. Now. She's too close. I pull my wrist free and step back, putting distance between us. Something beneath my chest is breathing again for the first time in years. And that is the most dangerous thing that has happened to me in a long time.
The air between them tightens.
What are you?
Bareon doesn't answer right away.
Someone you need to stay away from.
She tilts her head, something settling in her expression. Not surprise, but confirmation.
You're a shifter. A wolf.
Yes.
I thought so. The eyes when you woke up, that wasn't human. The bite didn't behave like a bite. And whatever flared between us when it happened didn't have a medical explanation. I kept telling myself I was wrong. Imagining things.
Most people choose to keep believing that.
I'm not most people. What exactly is this bond?
A mirror bond. It's rare and reactive. It attaches where there is recognition.
Recognition of what?
Truth, power, or need. Sometimes ruin.
Zuria scoffs.
Poetic and useless. Try again.
It means what happens to me will begin to touch you. And what awakens in you will reach me. You touched me when I was losing control, and instead of fear, there was clarity. My wolf doesn't choose weakness. It chooses what can stand beside it. You didn't break under what you felt. So it marked you.
Can it be broken?
Possibly.
Possibly is not an answer.
It is the only one I have.
She studies him. He means it. He isn't lying. Her hand lifts toward his face. Curiosity, challenge, instinct. He steps back sharply.
Don't touch me again.
That sounds like fear.
It is.
The bluntness stops her. Then he recovers slightly, redirects, because that admission cost him something, and he needs distance from it.
You make a habit of touching people without permission?
Oh, that's rich. Need I remind you that you bit me? Whatever, we are not doing this.
The room holds the silence for a moment. Then something in Zuria shifts, just barely. The kind of shift she would have clocked immediately in a client and would never have admitted to herself. She had expected the deflection, the performance of control, but not the initial honesty. And honesty, especially the kind that cost something, had always been the one thing she couldn't dismiss. She doesn't say any of this, she wouldn't, but her next breath is slightly slower than the last. That was the first crack. Not in him, in the space between them. Because fear, honestly spoken, sounds different than arrogance, and Zuria knew the taste of both. Outside the heavy doors, Talon stands with his arms folded, jaw tight. Sarah stands beside him, listening. A long moment passes.
Should we?
No.
She walked in there like she owns...
She walked in there like she isn't afraid of him.
That stops Talon. He looks at the closed doors.
When's the last time anyone did that?
Talon has no answer. They wait. Zuria isn't leaving, not until she understands what she's walked into. But the estate holds more than secrets. It holds a pack drumming quietly in their alpha's grief. And Zuria has never been able to leave pain unwitnessed. In a beautiful but lifeless room, Zuria drops her bag and surveys it.
Too gray and sad. Someone here reads grief as a decorating style.
Sarah enters.
You're staying?
Until I understand what I'm attached to. And until someone explains why your alpha talks like a funeral with shoulders.
Sarah nearly smiles.
He wasn't always like this.
There it is. The sentence no one says unless the story gets worse.
Bareon carries more than this territory knows. If he seems cold, it is because warmth costs him.
That is concerningly cryptic.
Be careful with him.
That depends. Is he dangerous?
Sarah looks at the mark, then back at her. A long moment, like she's choosing which truth to give.
Yes, but not in the way you think. He loved someone completely once, and he lost her in a way that broke something fundamental. Not in him, through him. What you're feeling from this bond isn't just him reaching for you. It's everything he's been holding since then. Looking for somewhere to go.
And if I'm not equipped to hold that?
Then leave before it goes any further. But I don't think that's why you're still here.
She leaves. Zuria stands in the half-opened room. The curtains move in the evening air. She doesn't have an answer for that. Long tables, controlled silence. Dozens of pack members eating like speaking has become impolite in the presence of pain. Zuria sits at one end, studying the room. Bareon stands at the far side, speaking quietly to Talon. Every line of him says tension. A young pack member fumbles a tray. A bowl hits the floor and shatters. He freezes in panic. Bareon turns. The whole room stills.
I'm sorry, Alpha.
It's fine.
But the words come out too hard. The boy flinches anyway. Zuria watches and sees it. She rises, walks to the shattered bowl, and crouches beside the boy.
If the punishment for gravity is execution, someone should have worn the plates.
A few pack members glance up. She starts helping gather the pieces. The boy blinks at her.
You're fine. Breathe.
She touches his hand by accident. A flicker. Fear of disappointing. Fear of punishment. Long hallway silences. Reverence curdled into tension. Love that learned to make itself small. She looks up at Bareon.
You know they're afraid of failing in front of you, right?
The room goes dead quiet. Talon stiffens. Sarah stops moving entirely. Bareon's eyes lock on hers.
Not now.
There's never a good time to tell a man his house feels like a held breath.
Zuria.
No, really. It's fascinating. They love you. They'd bleed for you. And somehow all of that devotion has learned to make itself small.
Talon steps forward.
Enough.
Zuria turns to him, calm.
Is it inaccurate?
Talon says nothing for a moment.
You have no idea what he's carrying.
low so only she could hear.
Neither do you. Not all of it.
That stops Talon cold. Bareon dismisses the room with a look. People start moving again, carefully. Moments later, Bareon corners Zuria in a shadowed corridor.
You had no right.
Which part? The honesty or the part where I noticed your silence and general broodiness is ruining morale?
You know nothing about what this pack needs.
I know pain when I touch it. And this house is drowning in yours.
Bareon's expression shifts. Anger first, then something more wounded. He lets it go too quickly, but she saw it.
You think insight gives you the right to interfere.
No. I think pain left unchallenged turns into culture.
The bond hums hard between them. Both feel it. He steps closer without meaning to. She doesn't move back.
You need to keep your distance from me.
You keep saying that like distance has ever fixed anything.
Their faces are close now. Breaths uneven. His gaze moves to her lips. She feels his gaze like a physical touch. They both lean slightly toward each other, feeling the pull. Bareon pulls back first.
Get some rest.
He leaves. Zuria stands there, furious at how disappointed she is.
Unbelievable.
She turns, walks away, steady, unhurried. But her hand rises, just briefly, and touches the mark at her neck. She drops it immediately, like she caught herself. She doesn't look back. Bareon looks back and watches until she disappears from view.
She shouldn't be this hard to ignore. A stranger. She is a stranger.
He turns like he's done with it, but his gaze drifts, just slightly, in the direction she went. Zuria cannot sleep. She wanders into the estate library, wearing a sleeveless nightgown that has a deep V-neck and reaches mid-thigh, and a matching robe. Large windows, fire low, and rows of books that look untouched. She finds records, old ledgers and territory journals with names. One page catches her eye, memorial entries. She sees the names. Leora Kale, Bareon's mate, his child. Sarah appears in the doorway.
You weren't meant to find that alone.
Then you should all stop living in a building made of secrets.
Sarah enters.
There was an attack years ago. A rival faction. They took the inner courtyard. Bareon had seconds to choose.
She pauses, like she still hasn't found a way to say the next part cleanly.
He released power he had never fully mastered. He wounded the enemy and decimated his army. But he also killed everyone trapped in the blast radius.
Zuria goes still. The images she had seen that first night, when she had found him bleeding in the road, begin to make sense. Fire. A child's laughter cut short. A woman turning. Light exploding.
His family.
Sarah nods.
His mate. His son. Others too.
And since then he's convinced himself he is the danger.
He doesn't think it. He knows it.
No. He knows what happened. That isn't the same thing.
Sarah studies her.
You think there's a difference?
There always is.
She stood outside his door for a long moment. Then she opened it. Bareon's room is nearly bare. No softness, no life. She steps inside, taking it in. Some rooms tell you who a person is. This one told her what he denied himself. Comfort, memory, permission to be human.
You've developed a bad habit of walking into my space.
Bareon enters behind her. She whirls around her robe opening slightly, but she doesn't notice. He does.
You've developed a worse one. Living like you owe suffering rent.
He says nothing.
I know about your mate. Your child.
Everything in him stills. The air goes brittle.
Then leave.
No.
You have no idea what this is.
I know guilt when I see it. And I know self-punishment when it's decorated like discipline.
Something shifts in his expression. Fast. Like she touched something he thought was hidden. Then it closes. He turns away.
You know nothing about the kind of choice that destroys what you love.
That sentence lands differently. Zuria softens, but only slightly.
Then tell me,
No.
because you can't? Or because if you say it out loud, you'll have to admit you survived it?
He looks at her, then raw.
You think survival is mercy.
Sometimes it's responsibility.
They stare at each other. The bond pulses, heavy and sad. Zuria steps closer, slowly. She lifts her hand toward his chest.
I'm not forcing anything, but I'm done pretending there's nothing between us.
She rests her palm over his heart. No vision, still no access. But this time, more. Grief coiled like barbed wire. Exhaustion so deep it had become the floor he stood on. And beneath all of it, something she almost missed. A tenderness so locked down it had nearly fossilized. Like something that had refused to die even when he'd tried to kill it. Bareon closes his eyes.
You should hate me.
I barely know you, but I hate what you've done to yourself.
He opens his eyes. Something trembles between them. She leans in. He meets her halfway. Their lips almost touch. Then the bond surges too hard. Bareon recoils as if struck.
No.
He backs away, breathing rough.
Not like this.
I wasn't trying to.
I know. That's what makes it worse.
His gaze drops to her throat, to the mark, to the skin revealed by her nightgown neckline.
You need to go back to your room.
The bond pulsed with need, hunger, and not only his. She closes her robe, looks at him one moment longer than necessary, then leaves. The door doesn't slam, it closes quietly, which somehow feels worse. Days pass, then weeks. The territory shifts around her presence, and she shifts around it. Neither Bareon nor Zuria speaks about what is building between them, but the bond keeps score, and is harder to control than power. At first, pack members watch her carefully, guarded, but after a while they begin to relax.
I feel you before you move, like the air shifts when you do. You don't speak, but I still hear every silence pulling me near. There's a weight in how you breathe, like you're holding back from me, like one step will cross the line.
Your eastern perimeter has a blind spot between the ridge and the waterline. Anyone who knows the land could use it.
How do you know that?
I walked it this morning.
But I can feel it in the space. Something always pulls me to you, even when you turn away, like I'm caught inside a truth. You don't have the strength to say, I don't know what this could be, but it's stronger every move. You can try to fight the pull, but I'm already a part of you. You look at me like I'm a risk, like I'm something you must resist, but your control starts to bend every time.
You could just talk to her.
Good night, Talon.
Feel it in my chest, like your war became my breath, like you breaking isn't yours anymore. You draw the line, I feel it shake, like one more breath will break it. Something always pulls me to you, even when you shut me out, like a force I can't undo, like a truth beneath the doubt.
Watch where you're going.
I know what this will cost, but I feel it when you move. You can try to run from this, but I'm already a part of you. Why does it feel? Why does it feel? Why does it feel like I've known you? I'm part of your war. Why does it feel like I'm part of your war? If this is something I shouldn't become.
Right. Because that was completely normal.
Already won.
Get control of yourself. It means nothing.
Something always pulls me to you. Even when we're worlds apart. Like your silence calls my name. Like you feel me in your heart. I don't need you to admit it. I can see it in the truth. You were trying not to break, but I was made to break with you. You don't have to say a word. I already feel it.
A storm threatens overhead. Pack members train, but tension runs beneath the routine. Zuria watches from the edge, sleeves rolled, frustration simmering. Talon joins her.
You still make people nervous.
Good. Composure is unhealthy here.
He's getting worse.
I noticed.
When the bond activated, we hoped it might stabilize him. Instead, it's stirring everything he's buried.
You all keep speaking like I'm medicine. I'm not.
No. You're an unexpected second chance. Sometimes that heals more than comfort.
Before she can answer,
Positions.
pack members spin. Bareon appears at the far end of the yard instantly. The entire space reorients around him. Rival wolves emerge from the trees. At their center, Merrick. Elegant menace, smiling like cruelty has become an art form.
Bareon, still clinging to your kingdom of grief, I see.
Bareon steps forward.
Leave.
I came for a conversation and to see the newest addition to your little family.
His eyes land on Zuria, then on the mark. Satisfaction flashes in his eye.
So it's true. You finally let someone close enough to break with you. A witch and a wolf. How conveniently complicated.
Bareon's voice drops dangerously.
Do not say another word about her.
Why not? She's the most interesting thing that's happened to you since the day you burned your own bloodline to ash.
The pack seems to inhale. Something crosses Bareon's face before the rage. Like the lie of it hurt almost as much as the truth. Zuria feels Bareon's power spike through the bond like a blade under skin. There are wounds that scar, and there are wounds that remain alive, waiting only for the right cruelty to press a thumb into them. Merrick moves, fast. He lunges for Zuria, calculated, deliberate, not to kill, to weaponize. Bareon's mind fractures. Past and present collide. The courtyard, fire, the moment of choosing. For one terrible second, Zuria's face was where his mate's was, her standing in the blast radius, her eyes trusting him choosing anyway.
No.
Bareon roars. Power explodes outward. Dark gold energy cracks through the ground. Trees shudder. Pack members are thrown back. Zuria is caught in the blast wave and nearly hurled into stone. Bareon reaches her first, shielding her with his body. Merrick laughs as chaos erupts.
Yes, that's it. Let's see what happens when you have to choose again.
Bareon loses control for a terrifying second. His eyes blaze. His power shakes the estate walls behind them. Zuria grips his arm. She doesn't flinch from the energy still crackling around him.
Bareon.
He hears her, and that is the only reason the surge stops before becoming catastrophic. The bond snaps him back. Her presence, her pulse, but the damage is done. The yard is scarred. Pack members stare in fear. Bareon stares at the destruction in horror. Merrick retreats into the trees with a vicious smile.
You were always one heartbeat away.
He vanishes among smoke and shock. Bareon turns to Zuria, checks her for injury without touching more than he must.
Are you hurt? Zuria,
Only my patience.
But he can feel through the bond that she's shaken, that she came too close. His face hardens into the kind of resolve built from terror.
you're leaving.
No,
This is not up for discussion.
you don't get to decide that because another man used me to get to you.
I nearly killed you.
His voice breaks.
You protected me.
This time,
That word breaks something open.
I will not lose you the way I lost them.
You don't get to reject the bond because you're afraid.
I do if it keeps you alive.
He turns to Talon.
Get her car ready. Escort her beyond the ridge.
Try it and I will make this territory impossible for everyone involved.
Bareon meets her eyes. He is shattered.
I would rather have you hate me than bury you.
Something shifts in her expression. She opens her mouth, closes it, because for once, she doesn't have a response. He walks away. Zuria stands there, breathing hard, heart splintering in places she did not authorize. The yard is scarred, the trees at the border still trembling, and somewhere beyond the ridge, the sound of his retreating footsteps. She doesn't go after him. Not yet. Zuria paces furious, hurt and afraid. The bond aches like a bruise behind her ribs. Control had always been her armor. Ask the right question, read the right signal, stay 3 steps ahead. But whatever dangerous shape this had become was asking something worse of her. Not mastery, but trust. A realization settles. She stops pacing, looks at herself in the mirror. The mark glows faintly. Not pulling or demanding, just present, like it's been waiting for her to catch up.
My gift, my power was never about control.
A realization settles. Something she should have seen weeks ago.
It was about witness.
Sarah is sorting herbs when Zuria storms in.
You should be packing.
No, I should be stealing your most dangerous tea and asking better questions.
Sarah blinks.
If my touch shows truth, and the bond mirrors what is hidden, then I don't need to break through his barriers. I need him to let me in.
He won't.
Then I'll go where he can't lie.
And if what you find there breaks something in you...
Then that's the risk of seeing clearly.
Zuria.
No. Listen. All this time I've been trying to solve him like a problem. He isn't one. He's a wound that learned to wear armor.
Sarah's eyes soften.
What are you going to do?
Offer him the one thing no one here has been able to. Presence without surrender. Truth without punishment.
A bit of advice? Get dressed first. It'll be harder if he's fighting himself. And you.
They both smile. Bareon stands alone by the window. He knows she's there before she speaks.
I told you to leave.
And I told you I'm terrible at obedience.
He doesn't turn.
You almost died because of me.
No. I almost died because another alpha knew exactly which wound to press. Those are not the same thing.
He finally faces her.
You shouldn't still be here.
And yet, besides, you're not really trying hard. You knew I was still here. You would have felt me leave.
He closes his eyes, the truth of it settling over him like weight he'd been pretending wasn't there. He had felt her presence in this territory every moment since she arrived. He had not examined what her absence would feel like. He didn't want to, was afraid to. She walks to him. No sarcasm now, just steadiness.
I've been doing this wrong.
A flicker of confusion filled him.
My whole life, my gift made me good at reading what people hide, seeing what others miss, protecting myself with knowledge. But sight isn't the same as understanding. And understanding isn't the same as being willing to stay inside what you see. This isn't something I can schedule, analyze, or fix. This is something I have to choose.
She places a hand against her own chest.
This asks me to stay. Not because I can fix you. I can't. But because you should not have to face your darkness alone.
Bareon's face hardens against something fragile.
You don't know what you're offering.
Then show me.
He looks at her like she is asking for the impossible. If she sees it, she will leave. If she doesn't, she will stay. And that might be worse.
If I let you in and it breaks you,
Then that will be my risk to choose.
A long silence. Then he whispers.
I killed them.
The room seems to dim around the words.
I chose power over restraint for 1 second. I ended the threat. And when the threat was gone,
His voice is fraying.
they were gone with it. So no, I will not let myself want you. I will not let this bond complete. I will not put another life on the altar of what I become when I break.
His voice drops on the last word, like he said it before, just never out loud, just never to anyone who stayed to hear it. He remembers the night he marked her, clearly not just the accident, the feeling of losing himself again. He hadn't been looking where he was going. That was the problem. It had always been the problem. Zuria steps closer, tears in her eyes now, but steady.
Look at me. Bareon, look at me.
She takes his hand. This time, he doesn't pull away.
I'm going to show you something. Not your memory, your truth.
Their hands lock together. The bond ignites. A courtyard in flames. Merrick's people breach the inner walls, Leora shielding their son. Enemy magic spreading faster than anybody could move. A hidden trigger already laid. Death already in motion. Bareon, younger, chooses power not out of rage, but desperation. The blast stops a larger massacre, but it also takes what he loves. But now the hidden details surface. The enemy had rigged the courtyard. Merrick's signature beneath it, deliberate and planned. Leora was already turning toward their son, trying to throw him clear. Bareon's power did not create the catastrophe alone. It interrupted one already set to consume them all. He did not murder his family from cruelty or arrogance. He made an impossible choice inside a trap. Then another vision. Leora's face before the blast. Not fear of him, trust. Her eyes finding his across the courtyard, holding, like she wanted him to see, even then, that she knew, that she didn't blame him, that she never would. Bareon staggers. A sound tears from him, half grief, half release.
No!
Zuria grips his face with both hands.
You don't have to fight it alone anymore, but you do have to fight.
He breaks. Years of restraint collapsing into tears he never permitted himself to cry. She holds on to him. The darkness, the grief around him surges once, then settles. Not gone, but acknowledged. The house seems to exhale, and Zuria, still holding him, closes her eyes, her gift pressing gently against his walls, not reading, just present. And, for the first time since she arrived, they don't push back, just breathes. The sky burns like gold and ash at the horizon. Wind moves through the trees in long, low breaths. The territory feels aware. Some battles are fought for survival. Some are fought for pride. And some are fought because the man who walks into them is finally ready. Bareon walks alone through the forest. No pack, no escort. He is controlled and focused. Each step deliberate.
This time, I choose.
The bond hums faintly. Behind him, at a distance, Zuria follows. Once, she would have tried to stop him, to control the outcome. Now, she trusted him to stand inside it. She keeps enough distance that he can't feel her hesitation, because it's there. She's just choosing not to act on it. Merrick stands waiting, like he knew. Of course he knew. A few of his wolves linger at the edges, but they're uneasy. They feel the shift. Merrick smiles slowly.
I was wondering how long it would take.
It ends tonight.
You said something similar the last time. How did that work out for you?
A ghost of memory tries to surface, fire and screams, and he lets it, feels the full weight of it, lets it move through him, and stays standing. It doesn't take him.
You came into my territory. You provoked my control. You reached for what is mine.
Merrick's eyes flash.
There it is. Possession. I was starting to think she'd softened you.
Zuria stiffens slightly at the edge of the clearing, but she does not move.
No. She reminded me what restraint actually is.
Merrick's smile tightens.
Restraint? You call that restraint? You leveled your own bloodline trying to play savior.
Silence. The air shifts. The wolves at the edge take a step back. This was the moment before. The moment where grief used to become destruction. Bareon steps forward. One step. Measured and grounded.
You set the trap.
Merrick's eyes flicker. Just for a second. Something that might, in another man, have been surprise. But in Merrick, it looks more like disappointment. Like he'd been waiting to see if Bareon would ever figure it out. And the answer being yes is slightly inconvenient.
You rigged the courtyard. You forced the choice.
Smiling again.
And you made it.
Yes.
Another step forward.
And I lived with it, alone.
The bond pulses, steady, not chaotic or unstable.
But I'm not alone anymore.
Zuria feels it, the difference.
Then let's see what you've learned.
He moves, fast, explosive, a direct strike. Bareon meets him instantly. Not wild, not uncontrolled. Impact. A shockwave ripples through the clearing, but it doesn't spread. It holds, contained. Before, his power erupted. Now, it answered. Merrick shifts partially, feral, aggressive, claws, speed, and violence. Bareon doesn't match chaos. He redirects it. Strike, blocked, and momentum, turned. Bareon moves like a man who knows exactly what he can do and chooses not to do more.
You're holding back.
No.
Bareon drives him back with precision.
I'm controlling it.
Suddenly, there's movement at the edge of the clearing, fast and deliberate. Merrick's beta, circling wide while his alpha holds Bareon's attention. Coming from behind Zuria. He thinks she doesn't know. She knows. Zuria turns and her hand closes around his wrist before he can reach her. And then, her gift doesn't just open, it floods. Every person he ever hurt, every wrong ever done in Merrick's name. The faces, their fear and despair. She sees them all in one terrible, cascading wave. And she doesn't pull back. She doesn't flinch. She holds and turns it, sending it back and letting him feel it. All of it. Every life he helped destroy, every moment of terror he helped create, pouring into him simultaneously. The beta's eyes go wide, then blank. His wolf recoils, his knees buckle. The weight of that many broken lives hitting a single consciousness at once is not something a body survives intact. He drops. Not dead, although he probably wishes he were, but somewhere far away from here. Somewhere inside every wound he ever made. Zuria releases his wrists and steps back, her hands trembling slightly, not from fear, from the weight of what she just carried, even briefly, on their behalf.
I see you. All of you.
The victims, the ones they had hurt, witnessed, and acknowledged. Merrick lunges again, this time aiming past Bareon, toward Zuria. He stops when he sees his beta on the ground. The clearing goes still. Merrick stares. Something shifts in his expression. Recalculation. That is his mistake. The moment of distraction costs him. The bond flares. focused. She sees him coming. She doesn't run or flinch. She plants her feet. She was not going to be a weapon in this fight. She refused. Bareon intercepts him instantly. He grabs Merrick mid-motion, slams him into the ground. The earth cracks, but the damage stops there. Contained. This time, no one else paid the price. Merrick struggles, but Bareon has him. Pinned. Power coiled, but not exploding.
Do it then. Finish it. Let's see if you survive yourself this time.
Bareon leans down, eyes locked and calm.
I already did. This is just the consequence.
His hand presses to Merrick's chest. Power builds, dark gold and controlled. Zuria feels it through the bond. A surge, strong but stable.
He's not the same man.
Bareon holds the power for a moment, feels its weight, feels the edge of it. Then, Bareon releases the power. Not widespread, focused. Merrick's body locks, then stills. Silence. The forest exhales. The wolves at the edge drop their gaze in submission. Bareon rises slowly. No triumph or rage. He's just done. He looks toward Merrick's wolves.
Your alpha is dead. His territory now falls under mine.
No one challenges it. Power claimed through chaos fractures. Power claimed through control holds. He stands in the silence for a moment. The clearing was still and silent. Merrick's wolves lowering their gaze. Bareon turns. His eyes find Zuria. The beta still on the ground beside her. Her standing over him. Hands still trembling slightly, but her eyes are clear. He crosses the clearing and stops in front of her. His gaze moves from the beta to her hands, then to her face, reading all of it. His wolf, which had been coiled and focused through the entire fight, goes very still. Not because she needed protecting, because she hadn't. Because she had stood in this clearing, in the middle of his war, and she had used what she was, fully, without flinching.
Are you hurt?
No.
She flexes her fingers once, feeling the residue of what she had carried.
They were, though. Every one of them.
He understands immediately. The weight of what her gift just held, what it cost her to carry it, even briefly, even to return it. His hand lifts. He hesitates for just a moment, then places it over hers, steady and grounding.
I know. You didn't have to stay at it that long.
Yes, I did. Someone had to witness it.
Something moves across his face. Not surprise. He had spent years believing his power made him a danger to everything he loved. And here she stood, having just wielded hers with more precision and purpose than he had ever managed, trembling slightly and completely unbroken. His wolf didn't just settle. It bowed, an equal. He doesn't say any of this. He doesn't need to. She feels it through the bond.
Don't make it weird.
The corner of his mouth moves, just barely. The closest thing to a smile she has ever seen from him.
You didn't lose control.
Bareon exhales slowly.
No.
He takes a long breath.
Not like that. Not again.
She studies him and then nods. She had seen his truth before he had. She had stayed anyway. And now, standing in the clearing with the forest exhaling around them, she understood that witness had never been passive. The bond settles between them, aligned. This was not the end of the darkness. It was the end of running from it. They turn together, walk back toward the estate, close but not touching. However, the distance between them is different now. Not the distance of two people holding each other at arm's length, the distance of two people who have chosen where they stand. Morning light pours into the estate. For the first time, the place looks less like a monument and more like a home. Pack members move differently. shoulders less rigid, voices slightly freer. The mood is cautious but changed. Talon watches Bareon descend the stairs. Bareon is still formidable, still alpha, but not as rigid. He stops beside a young pack member and says quietly,
How's your shoulder?
The boy blinks, surprised.
Better, Alpha.
Take today off drills. You overcompensate when you're tired.
The boy nods, stunned. Talon and Sarah exchange a look. A tiny miracle. Sarah's eyes soften. Talon watches Bareon cross the hall. Something in him releases, like a held breath he'd forgotten he was holding.
There he is.
Sarah doesn't answer. She doesn't need to. Zuria stands in soft morning light overlooking the forest. Bareon approaches. He stops beside her, not crowding, not demanding.
The territory feels different.
That's because people can finally breathe.
That faint almost smile from him.
You changed everything in just a few weeks.
Yes, I'm very exhausting.
He turns to her, serious now.
I would understand if you wanted distance.
Do you?
No.
There it is, plain and chosen. She steps closer.
Good, because I'm very tired of almost.
He lifts a hand slowly, giving her time to refuse. She doesn't. His hand settles against her face, tender and reverent, not instinctive, but intentional. They kiss, deep and steady and devastating in its softness. The bond shifts from ache to harmony, from reaction to consent. He pulls back just enough to rest his forehead against hers.
I don't know what this becomes.
Neither do I.
It may still be difficult.
You say that like I don't enjoy a challenge.
He smiles this time, a real smile, brief but real, warm light. Curtains open. The room no longer feels like a cell. Zuria enters. Bareon follows and closes the door behind them. A charged quiet settles between them. This is not the bond pulling. This is them. He touches her neck gently near the mark. She closes her eyes and bites back a moan. He kisses her again, slower this time, hands careful, then less careful when she pulls him closer. She laughs, quietly, surprised by herself.
You're still overthinking.
He kisses her deeply, hunger rising to the surface, his eye glow gold. Suddenly, he stops, steps back, not far, just enough, takes deep breaths, trying to regain his composure.
No.
She opens her eyes, reads his expression, not rejection, something else entirely.
Bareon.
Not like this. Not yet. When it happens, I want it to mean something. I want you to know it was chosen. Fully. Not in the dark after everything we've just been through.
Zuria looks at him for a long moment. Something moves through her expression. Surprise, then something quieter and deeper that she doesn't name.
That is either the most honorable thing anyone has ever said to me or the most inconvenient.
The corner of his mouth moves. His eyes drop briefly to her nightgown.
Both. You should probably put more clothes on.
You're the one that wants to wait.
I'm aware of what I'm dealing with. I'm trying to be responsible.
Zuria holds his gaze for a moment. Then, quietly, so he almost misses it, she smiles. Not the sharp smile, not the deflecting one, the real one. Small and warm and entirely unguarded. She is touched. She is honored. She will absolutely never say so.
Fine, but I'm keeping the robe.
She turns toward the door.
Zuria.
She stops, doesn't turn immediately.
Stay.
She turns. His expression is open in a way it almost never is. No armor, no deflection.
Not for I just.
He stops, tries again.
I don't want you on the other side of a door tonight.
The simplicity of it lands harder than anything complicated could have. Zuria looks at him for a long moment, reading him, not with her gift, just with her eyes.
You could have just said that.
I'm saying it now.
She holds his gaze. Then
I'll be right back.
she leaves. Bareon stands in the quiet of the room, waiting, not something he has done willingly in a long time. A few minutes pass. She returns. A soft t-shirt, simple shorts, the robe back around her shoulders, tied closed this time. She doesn't mention it, neither does he, but he sees it, and something in his chest that has been wound tight since the moment she walked into his territory loosens. Just slightly, just enough. She crosses to the bed, settles beside him. He lifts his arm. She tucks in against his side without ceremony, like it is the most natural thing, like they have done this before, like they will do this again. Later. The chamber is quiet, the fire burning low. His hand rests at her back. Her breathing has slowed. The mark at her neck is warm, not pulling, not aching. He looks at the ceiling in the dim light, and for the first time in years, he does not think about what he has lost. He thinks about what he has. Some things are worth waiting for. He already knew that. He had just forgotten there would be something worth waiting for again. Later, golden light washes the land. Children play again near the lower steps. Pack members laugh softly over a repair bench. Music drifts from somewhere inside. Zuria walks through the terrace garden. Bareon joins her. This time, when she takes his hand, a vision opens. She sees his past. Not every wound, not all at once, just enough. The shape of who he had been before grief became law. She looks up at him. He does not stop her. He lets himself be seen. Then something new, something that hasn't happened yet. She's never seen a future before. She goes still, not afraid, just surprised. Like her gift just opened a door she didn't know was there. A garden, sunlight. She's walking with Bareon, her hand resting on a prominent curve of her stomach. His arms full, two small faces, not one. His eyes bright with something she has never seen on him. Uncomplicated wonder. She holds it for a moment, feels the realness of it. Then, carefully, deliberately, she opens the bond and shares it. She watches as his eyes fill with wonder and tears. He doesn't speak for a long moment. His jaw works once, like he's trying to find the shape of something that has no word yet. Then,
I haven't shifted just to outrun my demons since before you came.
Good. I prefer you aware of your surroundings.
Stay.
not a command, a request. Zuria's eyes soften. She knows staying changes her life. She's choosing it anyway.
Oh, I plan on it. Especially with twins in the forecast, they'll need plenty of people around to terrorize.
He smiles, a real one.
I do need to go back to the city at some point to close up my house and get more clothes. The few outfits I brought have been in heavy rotation.
She says it lightly, like closing up a life is something you just put on a list. But her hand tightens slightly in his, like she's making sure he's real. What they have is real.
I'll go with you if you like.
Yes, and maybe we'll pick up a thing or two for you as well. Although I tend to think you look good in anything. The black and birdie look is a bit played out.
He actually chuckles. Not a full laugh, but close enough. She smiles and steps beside him, and they look out over the territory together. He was still powerful, still dangerous, still a man who carried grief, just no longer drowning in it. And she was still sharp enough to cut through lies, proud enough to challenge fate, and strong enough to walk away if choice ever left the room. And in a world where bonds were often built on instinct, fear, and power, They had done something rarer. They had chosen.
I can see it in the truth. You were trying not to break, but I was made to break with you.
Thanks for watching.